Welcome to Astana Times Now. I'm your host Asiel Stubaldna. In this broadcast, we'll look at the recent Space Days event in Kazakhstan, a public-private partnership investment forum, and a robotics championship held among Kazakh students. Among other stories, let's get started. Some 58 years ago, Kazakhstan served as a launch pad for the first space flight around the Earth. 600 launches later, Kazakhstan has partnered with France to produce its own spacecraft and satellites.
A spacecraft assembly and testing complex in the Kazakh capital is expected to launch production in 2020. The plant will also produce satellites and employ up to 150 people. The announcement came during the recent Space Days International Investment Forum, which welcomed more than 650 experts from 25 countries to examine space development and the latest space technologies. Kazakhstan also plans to modernize the existing facilities at Baikonur Cosmodrome and build a second space rocket launch center. As a result of the cooperation between Kazakh and French enterprises, the construction of a spacecraft assembly and testing facility complex, where satellites of different purposes can be assembled, is now in the final stage. The project relies on stable, long-term Kazakh-French industrial cooperation. Kazakh enterprises and state bodies are also actively interacting with other foreign partners, which will ensure the successful development of space technologies.
Kazakh economic experts proposed a new pension model at the November 20th Strategic Initiatives Forum in Nur-Sultan.
The forum gathered experts, policymakers, and heads of national companies and state bodies to explore the development of a new economic policy to modernize the Kazakh pension system and the Kazakh banking sector. The Kazakh pension system, experts say, should follow the Singapore model, which has a single pension fund and allows citizens to use some of their pension funds to buy homes and cover medical costs. In September, Kazakh President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev called on the government to fix the problems in the current pension system. There are many problems in our pension system right now, and the key problem is distrust of it among citizens. Currently, only 40% of the country's working population contribute monthly, 30% contribute seasonally, and 30% do not participate at all. The reason is that they do not have trust in the system. People should be encouraged to contribute to pension funds.
The first public-private partnership investment forum was recently held in the Kazakh capital. The forum gathered government officials and members of the business community to discuss a people-first approach in innovative financing mechanisms.
As of October, more than 615 public-private partnership agreements worth $3.8 billion had been signed in Kazakhstan. More than 50% of those are in education and take a people-first approach in public-private partnership. It includes healthcare, education, sports and housing. This all entails the needs of the population, because we're implementing public-private partnerships based on a people-first principle. This is one of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and Kazakhstan supports this principle.
30 teams from schools across Kazakhstan recently competed in the Robocon Championship in Nur-Sultan. Students were tasked with developing 2 sets of robots based on Arduino microcontrollers.
Over 5 months, students developed robots that can function as part of a smart city grid. The prototype models can clean streets, deliver food, and provide unmanned taxi services. Through building their robots, the students developed both technical and soft skills, working in teams in which every member had a strict responsibility.
I'm responsible for adjusting the cylinders before the competition, because every team can have up to 3 cylinders loaded prior to the competition time, and I'm responsible for loading them perfectly so that they will not fall and they will not shift or anything. The thing that drove me to the robotics game is me understanding that this is our future, because our life is developing more to like technological based life, and everything is now based on technology, based on internet and media, and robotics is a perfect example. It's a perfect opportunity to learn the skills necessary to develop and to be a part of this sphere.
More than 400 young painters from Kazakhstan and abroad presented their vision of Kazakhstan at an art competition in the Kazakh capital.
Children aged 16 and younger painted their perceptions of Kazakh fairy tales, history, nature, sacred places, national holidays and traditions. And 70 works of art were selected for an awards ceremony at the Kazakh Foreign Ministry. Kazakh officials noted that the vast geography of participants shows the great interest of young talents in Kazakhstan. I first heard about Kazakhstan was when my father returned from work and said there was an opportunity to go to Kazakhstan. I became interested in the country and realized it was huge. When I first came here, I realized people here are very hospitable and it felt here like home.
Thank you for watching Astana Times Now. Stay tuned and we will see you next week with the latest in Kazakh news.